Good morning, Mr. Jordan. So you're charged with interference in the duties of a public servant. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On March 27, 2025, an officer was working a second job at Dick's Sporting Goods in Harris County, Texas, and was approached by the store manager, the witness. This advised the officer that the defendant walked into the store with another individual, and the witness advised the officer the other individual with the defendant walked out of the store without paying for any merchandise. The complaining witness stated he wanted the defendant to trespass because the defendant was seen on camera attempting to cover the individual while the individual was stealing merchandise. The officer stopped the defendant at the front entrance of the store, and the officer stated the defendant would be trespassing the store. The defendant became irate and more aggressive. The officer ordered the defendant to place his hands behind his back and placed handcuffs on the defendant's right wrist. The defendant twisted his body and tensed his muscles. The defendant, with great amount of force, threw his left arm forward and threw his left arm backwards towards the officer. The officer attempted to gain control of the defendant's left arm. The defendant began pulling away, and the officer had grabbed the defendant's body with both arms and guide the defendant toward a rack where the officer was able excuse me, Your Honor, tongue twister, where they were able to detain the defendant. The defendant was identified by his Texas driver's license.
What's he under arrest for?
I believe he was under arrest for trespass originally, Your Honor.
Oh.
We have,
You gotta,
yes, Your Honor. We just have a brief moment.
are you losing? Are you losing?
Your Honor, the only thing I have is that the suspect began acting irate and clearly becoming more aggressive, and then the officer went to detain the suspect by grabbing his right wrist.
No. All right. When you get into a pissing match with the people who have the power of arrest, who's going to win every single time? You know what I mean? Every single time. Sometimes it's better to tuck your tail at times because you may end up winning in the long run. I'm going to find no probable cause in the case. Just be careful, man. I probably wouldn't go back to the sticks because it's not going to go well. You know what I mean? All right. Hang tight.